Hello traders, Gary Wagner here. Approximately 9:40 in Honolulu, 3:40 in New York on Thursday, the 11th day of June, 2015. And this is the daily report for gold and silver. We do have gold trading moderately lower today, off almost $5 on the day, currently trading at 1181.80. We have seen gold trade to a low today of 1174.80 and a high of 1187.40. Silver, on the other hand, is trading higher on the day, although very nominally higher, currently trading roughly at 1601. In terms of our highs and lows, we've seen a low today of 1577 and the high just above here at 1604. Lastly, want to take a look at the dollar index, and the dollar is absolutely higher on the day, 94.99, trading up almost 1/3%. So when we look at our studies in gold today, we're getting some interesting conclusions, some mixed conclusions, but of course they're mixed because of the basic time cycles that we're looking at. I've got a daily, I've also got our 240-minute chart right here. And the first thing that I want to pull up today is our daily. Let's kind of enlarge that. And the interesting thing that I'm noting on today's trading activity is that over these last two trading days, if we take a look at this channel line that we have talked about throughout the week, in that what we have really been seeing is the market trading from the top to the bottom of the channel. Here it didn't quite get there. Here it goes to the bottom of the channel. But right, once again, we have this market trading at the top of the channel. That certainly would indicate or signal potential for lower prices. And if it remains within this channel, moving into this channel, maybe as low as about 1150 on this next move down. At the same time, when we look at our moving average convergence divergence, our MACD, you can see that it attempted to actually go in and cross back to the upside. That particular move was indicative of this move up right here. That's where we really see our MACD begin to cross. However, let's go ahead and blow that up. You can see that it's now turned a little bit and could easily be what we call that false positive, in which the market comes close to, such as in here, crossing, but fails to do so, and we really get a false positive in terms of any kind of a signal. It does appear as though we might see that right in here. Next chart that I do want to take a look at is our 240-minute chart. And the 240-minute chart absolutely appears as though it's going to cross, although it's not really in tremendously overbought territory. And that, of course, is indicative, or what that is alluding to or pointing to, that study is based upon this rally right up in here that corresponds to this rally right here. So that's really what we're seeing in the marketplace. My sense right now is that we're probably going to drift into lower pricing once again in gold. And so traders, I did mention that we are seeing some mixed signals. I am looking for lower pricing in gold, but again, we do have our, first of all, our stochastics, and they're sitting in extremely oversold territory, and they actually do appear as though they have crossed. And as I pointed out on the MACD looks like it wants to cross, but again, we could easily see a false positive. It is for that reason that I'm waiting a little bit longer before pulling the trigger, but I will send out a special trade alert, or if I do come to the conclusion that the most prudent move is to go short, and I do it during the show or right after the show, in other words, if these signals tend to coalesce, then of course that trade alert would appear within the subject line of the email going out, letting you know that we in fact have a daily video up and live, also a trade alert. Silver, no doubt, has been under dramatic pressure, and interestingly has been moving in an inverse correlation to gold over the last couple of days, where we had silver up and gold down, or gold up and silver down, as we did yesterday. Now, as we look at this silver chart, and we talked about the channel lines that we were looking at on our gold chart, and we talked about the fact, let's go ahead and blow this up. We talked about the fact that within those channel lines, what we had noticed was the fact that it was really going, from top to bottom. It was kind of cascading down stair steps, so to speak, as it moved to lower pricing. The same cannot be said for silver, and it's something we pointed out last weekend as well as this week, in that we've got a much more solid sell when we look at the channel within silver right now. And as I said on yesterday's show, we are still maintaining a short position in silver. We went short, I believe, 1650. Our stop's at 25. And I'm looking, our target for covering still remains around 1550. So one thing that you can do is put an OCO in the market. One cancels the other. And the OCO in silver is going to be to either pull your stop at 1625 and get out, or take profits at 1550 on an OCO. So that would be my recommendation for silver, is to actually initiate an OCO order. This has been Gary Wagner, wishing you, as always, good trading. Talk to you tomorrow for another daily update and review. Bye-bye.